Good evening and welcome to Talking Hoops. It's your girl, Coach T, joined by the lovely Coach Mac and the celebrity himself, Coach Riley. And tonight, you all are in tune for a great conversation as there is so much happening in the basketball world on all levels right now that I want to start with. But first, we have to address the elephant in the room. We have to talk about one of the biggest trades of the decade. Okay, we haven't seen a trade this significant and this big since KD went to the Warriors, but that was a little different. KD willingly went to the Warriors. Luka has been let go, or excuse me, traded to the Lakers in exchange for AD and Max Christie. Now, a whole bunch I want to say, but I just want to start with a little background for those who are unfamiliar, okay? Luca has went on deep into playoff runs for the Mavs. He's set a ton of NBA records in a Mavs jersey, along with Mavs records as well. We know Luka's offensive capabilities are astronomical, right? Defensively, it was so bad during the playoff run that they made a highlight video of 17 times that Luka was blown by on the defensive end. And we saw the GM um from Dallas say that defense is a very important to them, as they felt that that would have been a difference maker in the final series that they played in. But before I dive off into too much details, I want to just hear what you guys think.
Riley, I'm gonna let you go first because I got some stuff I want to say with my chest. So
Oh,
please,
whoa, whoa, you
please.
emotional tonight.
Oh,
Okay.
very, very
You know
Well,
that's
emotional
her
about
that's
something.
team.
beautiful.
Go ahead, Riley.
You know that's them her boys.
I got some stuff I want to
Yeah,
say
yeah, yeah.
with my chest.
But I'm gonna say 2 points. I really think that Dallas is, since they have new ownership, I think that they have made a commitment to start winning championships, not
Mhm.
just sell tickets. The former owner, who I love, Mark Cuban, he's a salesman, and he wants to make money, and he made tons of money. Luca is a phenomenal talent, but he's out of shape, and he don't play championship winning basketball. Uh, because he doesn't play defense. Defense, the old saying, defense and rebounding win championships. Offense sell tickets, which they were doing. And then I think on Dallas perspective, I think Nico, who is the GM, and I know him really well from the Nike circuit back in the day. Uh, he knows what it takes to win a championship, and you know, it, and then to be a leader, you have to do some out of the box things. You have to do some things that's questionable, and this indeed is questionable. However, I think it was a good move because you have Kyrie. You have arguably the best one-on-one player in the league with Kyrie, and you don't need another guy like Kyrie that's 40 pounds heavier and gonna take the same shots. But of course, I like Luca now. Don't get it wrong. But I think uh, Palinka wants to take him to put him under LeBron's wing because he's going to sell tickets. Number one, and number two, I think that LeBron has a way of mentoring guys to become to be the best player that they can become, and he will get in shape. And once he sees how much more effective he is as a complete basketball player, I think after 2 years or 3 years, then it'll be his team. LeBron will groom him up, and of course they're gonna make one more trade and get another big, and they might make a run at it this year. That's just my 2 points.
Okay,
That was
Coach
so
Mac.
nice and sweet. That
It
was that
was
was.
professional. That's
It
what,
was very professional, and
as
I
a
But
celebrity, that's what he has to do, Coach Mac. As
but
a
I'm coming with some
celebrity,
smoke. I'm coming with some smoke later on. Now I'm coming with some smoke.
sure you are. But yeah. So I mean, the points that you made were very valid, and from a business perspective, yes, that was a great move. But here's my thing. Why is it that players leave Dallas and become better? Why do they have to leave Dallas to become better? Why is it that Dallas does not have the culture to improve performance? So if Luka is so out of shape, quote unquote, but yet he's giving you or being productive, why aren't we making the necessary changes for him to be what we want him to be? If this is your business, if this is my product and I need for my product to perform X, Y, and Z, what can I do to make this product better? Why do I have to get rid of it? Now, this is someone who thought he was going to spend his life at Dallas. I mean, consider himself a true Texan. Now, unfortunately, when the Mavs play the Lakers,
Can't wait.
Luca's probably about to give the Mavs 100
Yeah.
easily.
And look,
Injured,
and
overweight.
Nisha, Coach
I
Mac,
don't care how you want to put it. It's about
and,
to be 100.
and he gonna give up 102.
You know what? That's okay though. But you know what? That's okay because he might have the personnel surrounding him to take that coverage. So that's okay. Now, to be fair, during the playoffs, Luca was injured. Now, does he play defense? Absolutely not. But did we have the players that could take that coverage? We did. And guess what? We got rid of them also. So once again, why is it that we cannot produce or at least provide what we need to make our players the way that we need them to be a championship team? Dallas has
Uh,
been known to either make the first or second round playoffs, regardless of the team. Regardless of the team, they have not went further than the second round playoffs, except for obviously when Dirk won, and then now this previous season when Luca was there. So
Mm,
really, is it that the player is the issue?
well, Coach T, can I chime in to Coach Mac?
please do.
Sure.
So what happens, Coach? You have to look at in the NBA. In my opinion, the ownership. Mark Cuban is a salesman. He wants money. He's a billionaire. So he wants to win a championship. Well, let me repeat that. Let me rephrase that. He wants the Dallas folk to think he wants to win a championship. He's gonna rah the championship. He's gonna do all that talk. But at the end of the day, he looking at the zeros in front of the decimal going into the bank. You got what I'm saying? In front of the decimal, now, not behind the decimal. There's gonna be a lot of zeros in a whole number. You know what I'm saying? So what happens is this: uh, they're making a commitment now. That's why they traded him because he John Lucas told me something back in 2007 when I met Derrick Rose at Nike World Headquarters. He said, Coach Riley, if a player does not get himself in shape, he or she is not committed or serious about the game. That was in 2007. So to let me know what type of player you are, initially, I'm gonna look at your body. That's the first thing. Coach T and Coach Mac, let me ask y'all a question. When y'all played, were you guys in shape or out of shape?
In shape.
It
Coach
depends on
Mac?
the team. It depends on the team. I'm gonna be honest with you. Because all coaches do not know how to train for you to be in basketball shape.
Well, I saw you playing, you was in tip top shape. You ran all night.
That was high school. But let me say this, and no takeaway from my JUCO coach. Okay, uh, great guy, philosophical, but not to me a true X and O coach, basketball coach. Okay. With that being said, when it comes to conditioning, I wasn't in my top shape. Now, did I perform? Yes. Not until I got to Mississippi College, a 4 year school, is when I actually learned how to train my body and how to be responsible for my body. So, no, not all coaches know how.
Now, I will say, Coach Mac, to your defense, though, junior colleges are less regulated and also have less resources available. And
Uh-uh.
so you have
Uh-uh.
some, because you have some top of the line junior colleges, but on average, the resources are not the same as, like you said, a 4 year college where you may get some a better experienced coach that comes in and you kind of get things kind of elevate a little bit. So I think that plays a factor into it. But you bring about a great point though about having staff that are able and know how to do these things because you shared a post about the staff around Luca, who he was really close with, being fired. And these were
Hmm.
staff members who were there before he was even drafted. And some of these staff members, like, the nutritionist and the strength and conditioning coach and these other key staff were fired in 2023 and in 2024. And even in a press conference, Luca made a comment that they keep getting rid of everyone I like.
Mm.
And the goal behind that was to eliminate the habit, right? His habit of assuming that not working out was one of them. And, probably his eating, nutrition not being up to par as well, too. So it's interesting, were these staff members fired in hopes that it would just change Luca, or were they really not equipped? Like Coach Riley is saying, and now they're moving towards wanting to actually be a championship team and not a team that just sells tickets.
Could be.
They're
We
gonna do
don't know.
both.
But it's funny that one of those staff members end up getting hired by Jalen Brunson. So
Who also left
again,
the Mavs.
and got better clearly. So once again, is it the player or is it the personnel? Is it
Right.
management?
Well, you just had. Well, I, I I just think that it shouldn't be. You can pay millions and millions of dollars. No coach should have to get you in shape. Come on,
At that
Oh
LeBron.
level.
no,
That's why,
I agree.
Yeah.
if you call yourself a superstar or a star, that's just a sign of commitment. If you're not gonna get yourself in shape, then you're right. You don't belong over here. It's that simple.
Yeah,
True.
and I think that's fair. But just to dive a little bit deeper on what the implications are, because we still need to talk about AD, right? But we'll give AD just a small amount. Now, back in 2020, when Mark Cuban was still majority owner of the Mavs, he said, if it came down between my wife and Luca, I will be seeing my attorney to go ahead and draw up the paperwork. So here I don't think that this is, Mark Cuban, like you said, Coach Riley. He was in it for making money. Luca is a money maker, right? He's a sight to see. He's fun to watch. He's a great basketball player despite some of his flaws of not playing defense and such. But so you have this, like, the Mavs have even offered fans refunds for some of the season ticket holders and some of the people who bought tickets, because they know people were coming to see Luca, right? Yes, you have Kyrie and you have, PJ Washington and these other players on the team, but that's not why they were really going to these games. And the biggest thing of all, which I think is really, the Lakers land a sweet deal in this. But Coach Riley, you mentioned that it's about winning, but we know that money is the leading factor behind all of this. So, because the Mavs traded Luca, he is no longer eligible for his $346 million 5-year contract. Now, what he can get is an extension for the with the Lakers at 229 million for the same amount of time. Now, I don't know about y'all, but the missing out on the funds for me, I get it. Basketball, my teammates, all of that. But to go from $345 million to only being able to achieve 229 million. Granted, we're still talking millions here, lots of money. But I think what it really boils down to is they did not want to commit
Mm.
$346 million for another 5 years, and it's not, you don't he's not even in shape. And here we go, Deja
And,
Middleton chimed in, they really did not want to pay that man, and that's really what I think
and,
is.
and you know what? Let me tell you what else, Coach T. Think about this. Dallas doesn't have is it state tax, Coach Mack.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's finna go to a market in Los Angeles where
Oh
I
goodness.
know two
Mm,
taxes that's going to be leveraged. So that 229 million, ooh wee. So
it's
It,
really
he
not
thought
even 229 with the
that's
California
right.
taxes. It's
it's
not.
gone.
It's gone. it's gone. So really, this is why things like this that happen is why I understand why the players fought so hard to have more say in their ability to leave and trade, go to different teams when they become free agents. I think there's kind of like, this is, why we feel like, okay, players switch teams. People are upset when they switch teams, but then you have situations like these where they don't want to leave, they want to stay where they're at, and then they get traded in a backdoor deal with no knowledge. Luca just bought a $15 million home like last week in
Hmm.
Dallas.
So here's my question that I pose to you guys. Do you think that the wait was a cover up to not pay him that max?
It's a out. It's an easy out.
Well,
And then defense as well. And they traded for
there
AD.
you go. And Coach T, what I was
But
going to say is this: you said it. So if Luca would have shown commitment to the new ownership, that I'm just gonna get my body in shape, I'm gonna try on both ends of the court, I'm gonna try to be a complete player. I think yes, we'll give you this money because it's business. You were gonna get it back because if you, how many world championships has he won?
None yet.
so
Zero.
here's my issue that I have with this. And honestly, I hear everything you guys are saying, and I agree with what you're saying. But if it was such an issue, why is it not showing where this issue was pointed out to him for him to get better? And then why
Because
make the trade without him? I mean, like, it's too much stuff happening behind closed doors, and for him to be blindsided by this,
now,
I feel
Coach
like
Mack,
it's
Coach
too
Mack,
much of a cover up.
Coach Mack. Now, all those channels you got, those sports channels you got out there in Dallas, and you got access to Luca, and you got Luca's phone number. Now you know Luca knew about that. Come on, don't let Luca fool you now.
No, I'm just saying though. But like, really, how much of? Because my thing is, if this was a big issue, why wasn't it exposed as far as a problem that has been exposed to the public? Now, I'm not saying that Luca probably wasn't, just they didn't mention it or something like that, or was it a mention? How serious was it when they talked to him about it for him to just not want to be do it? I don't see where a player would just be that insubordinate, especially when it comes to your money, to be that insubordinate. Other than Zion, and once
Good.
again. Now, let me point this out because the world
Okay.
knows that it was brought to the public about his weight and how the team has an issue about his weight. Why
You
haven't we heard
answered
the
your
same
own
thing?
question.
No, why haven't we heard the same thing about
You
Luca?
answered
Why
your
is
own
that?
question. So ego. I mean, if you didn't notice, Coach Mack, but I can't use profanity on here, but
Please
superstars and
don't.
stars are some of the biggest blank blank
Yeah,
in the
we
world.
know.
So what happens? Of course, they had meetings with Luca. Of course. Of
No,
course, they showed him the stats how he was getting killed on defense. Of course, they showed his BMI. Of course, they showed him all of that. But hey, I'm Luca. I can't be touched. But humble, he gave him some humble pie with that trade.
I still feel like there were some things that was just not said. And
Well,
it, in the sense again, and I'm referring back to Zion. How is it that the world knows that management has an issue with Zion's weight, but yet when it comes to Luca, it's a huge surprise?
Well, they started complaining about Luca as of late because he injury prone. He's injury prone because he
That was
always
like
hurt.
how many months ago? But how long have you known about Zion's weight loss? And I'm talking about over a year.
But Zion, he played 2 games and then sit out. I
But and how
mean,
long? How long is the question?
he don't play that long. I mean, what you mean? How long? What you mean?
So my question is, if we've known about Zion's weight issue for over a year, whether he's playing or not, why is it that all of a sudden we're knowing about Lucas once he gets traded? That's the question. Why is it that all of a sudden we are just aware of Lucas' issue? When it comes to Zion, we've known about this pretty much since day one.
okay,
Coach
wait.
Mack,
Let, can I chime in real quick, Coach Riley?
go ahead.
I'm gonna just chime in real quick. Now, Coach Mack, do you remember The video when they were celebrating Luka, they were celebrating. They had won a game in the final series, and Luka was drinking the beer, and
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
the Nico Harrison,
Yes.
he came while Luca was in the middle of talking, okay, in
And
the
got
I
to the
mean,
beer.
and grabbed his beer and kept it pushing. And see that right there, that was a huge red flag that let me know that there is trouble in paradise, and they feel some type of way about Luca's weight and his habits, because we have never seen that happen. Luca is a grown man. That was almost grounds for a fight to break out right there in the hallway. I mean, if it wasn't the circumstances of player, manager, and coach, and excuse me, player and coach with cameras right there, it would have been a whole issue. And Gabriel said, "Swipe that beer away like candy from a baby." I mean,
Like a
So again,
exactly.
the timing of that. When was that? Less than a year, right? That was less than a year. So once again, we knew about Zion's issue way past a year. We talking about close to 2 years, probably by now, if not more.
you know, Coach Mac. I don't think. Okay, I
Now
don't
I'm
think
not
that
saying it's
it's
not
a
an issue. They didn't expose it to him, but my thing is the fact that it's just now being exposed. That's the
yes.
problem that I have.
Well, you know what though, Coach Mac? It's only because it's just now becoming an issue. And let me say that it wasn't an issue because Luca could still go get 30. Even out of shape,
Exactly.
Luca is still better in the shape he's in at 270 right now, BMI on high. He is
Huh,
still
Coach
top
T was the one to
5.
do. Some of them bars, Coach T.
He is still top 5 best guards in the league. You
Yep.
have to guard him as such. You have to prepare to play against Luca. So I think it comes into play now because he's due for that 345 million 5 year, which they would be locking their money up. So they're limited to the other type of players that they would be able to bring. Not
Hmm.
only that, but you're with him, you're gonna pay him that money, and you guys don't even know for sure. He hasn't shown so far that he cares about putting work into his body.
Hmm.
So now you guys have an opportunity to make a hasty decision, which is what they had to do. Either we pay him and we commit to 5 years and hope that finally he does something, or you just say, you know what, let's make a hasty move. We can get somebody right now, and he could be somebody else's problem, and we don't have to pay that money, and we can get somebody who's better defensively, and we could just move forward. Breaking
Yes.
news: Jimmy Butler to the Golden State Warriors. Mm.
I thought my computer said the Lakers. Jimmy Butler to the Lakers. Maybe I'm reading it wrong.
We don't need him. We got Luke.
That's all
we
I'm saying.
and I just think that that's really what it came down to, Coach Mac. I think that this has been an ongoing problem, but not big enough to share to the media like Zion, because Zion wasn't playing at all. He's not
Hmm.
performing at all. Like, we weren't getting anything from him. But Luca, you were still getting something. You were still getting playoff wins. You were still getting 50-point games, triple doubles. I mean, you were still getting production. But it's that now, do we make a commitment? It's like when you're about to get married and you know that you have a great partner, but they just, over the last 5 seasons, they haven't shown you a change at all with something that you've been saying, hey, can you please do this? Can you please clean the hair off the sink when you're done shaving? Please. And now it's like it's time to make that long-term commitment, and you say, you know what? I can't do it. I can't commit to that and put how much I'm going to have to spend and invest in that. I can't do that. And I think that's just what happened.
Yep.
Last
Just
point
complete
about
betrayal.
last point about Luca, and then I'm done talking about Luca. Coach Mack, first of all, I'm going to send you some roses with Luca's name on the card. Okay,
That's
I'm
okay.
telling
I'm
you
gonna
now.
cheer.
So
I'm
you
gonna
get
cheer
them.
for him while he with the Lakers until we play against him. So I'm
It's going to be
good.
some purple and gold roses. Okay,
I'm
uh,
good.
but let me tell you something about Luca right quick. Now think about this, Coach Mack. I know you love Luca. He's from Dallas. I know Dallas is crying right. The city is crying right now. I understand. But what happens is this. Luca couldn't wait till he got in the car to pop this beer open. He
I
was in
would
the
too. The man
arena.
was stressed out. He was depressed. I would too. Give me a cookie and a beer. Matter of fact, hold my beer while I get a cookie.
That's why he gonna cookie himself all the way to the Lakers.
Not with the Lakers. Watch when he get to
Not
the Lakers. I'm telling you,
watch. He about
Oh,
he
to
finna
be
be in
in
the
tip
best
LeBron got
shape.
him
top
now.
shape. That's what I said. He's
LeBron,
in LeBron's clutches. It's Coach Max
LeBron
sent the
is the best.
video.
He's the best athlete in the world. Look at him. He got endurance. He got
Yep.
longevity.
And Luca finna
Man,
be surrounded by a great staff that's gonna support
see,
him and get him where he needs to be.
in Dallas, see, Dallas is somewhat like the South. They still got those that stuff y'all be eating, those pig ears and fat, uh, a slab of ribs and all. So when he go to LA, he gonna eat so much cleaner and everything.
Okay, we have a lot of comments coming in real quick, and then we're gonna move on. But Ben Johnson said new ownership is not tolerating Luca like Mark Cuban. Agreed. Deja
Mhm.
said money talks, but they made sure to keep this on the low. They had the deadline written in red, ready to push trade.
Mm. Yep.
Gabriel said Mark Cuban's divorce attorney was sitting in the office hand out and he never pulled up.
Right.
And a text from Brandon C said, why is everybody acting like Luca wasn't in the NBA finals last year?
That's all
Coach
I'm
T,
saying.
Hey,
Coach T, huh? Coach T, let me get Brandon. So what was that? What was that text again? Read it one more
he,
time.
he said, why is everyone acting like Luca wasn't just in the NBA finals last season?
Injured
Hey,
at that.
Coach T, I remember like it was like it was yesterday. I was I was with this girl one time, and I was but I didn't get the championship. I went to the game, but I didn't get the championship. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, going to the game, what that mean? I mean,
Yeah, hey. Listen, I understand. I think they had a window of opportunity to and they took advantage of it. And as a Laker fan, listen, I know LeBron going to have that man on that treadmill. He was on the treadmill when his plane landed is what we don't know. LeBron going to have him with the nutritionist, the workout specialist. We all know LeBron spends the most money on his body. So,
Mhm.
we will see. Okay, breaking news. Miami, in return for Jimmy Butler, received Andrew Wiggins, Dennis Schroeder, Kyle Anderson, and protected first round draft. Wow.
Mhm.
that's good.
Mhm.
For Jimmy Butler,
I mean, that's good
Mhm.
for Miami. Yeah, to get all of that. Yes.
for Miami, yes, especially
Yeah.
with the key pieces they have. But I'm just not sold on Jimmy Butler. The report stated earlier that Jimmy Butler did not want to go to Golden State. So I'm curious to see the breaking news update to find out what ended up swaying that decision.
Yeah.
But I
Steph
don't.
called him.
It's just that simple, huh? Steph just picked up the phone. And, poor Steph, who said just a few weeks ago he didn't want to get a better team at the expense of others having to be gone.
Mm.
I'm sure he probably carried their suitcases to the plane. Um, It
Basically.
sounds it sounds good until you get in the moment and realize we coming up on,
Mm.
mid-season and moves need to be made. Now, De'Aaron Fox went to the Spurs. We have Kyle Kuzma to the Bucks instead of Chris in trade of Chris Middleton. I guess the Bucks was just done with Chris, huh? I mean,
He
he's been
another
Clearly.
Luka. He another Luka.
he's been injured consistently for
Injury
the
prone. Well, he another Zion without the weight problem.
yes. I do have to agree. From our amazing producer behind the glass, he said, I'm going to throw Embiid, aka M broke, and all future non wanting to
Love
play
it, my guy.
Hey,
Angel,
he
love it,
he
love
showed
it.
out last night. He showed out last night. Now, I don't know if that's just a one and done for the year.
One and done.
It might be a one and done for the year. I don't know, but he had a good game last night. So show him a
he
look, just an ounce of grace.
he had to, okay? He absolutely had to. So that's that. Now Caleb Martin also going to the Mavs. Now, question: does this make the Mavs a championship contending team now?
I will say with AD, I definitely think it's going to be um, a really really good team. I think we're pulling for one more. Obviously, we don't know exactly who that is, but if KD just wants to come on over, why not? Um, you know, but no. I'm really looking forward to watching Kyrie and AD play together. I think they're definitely going to be a dynamic duo. I just know one thing. I bet not hear AD talk about a pinky toe injured,
Hey,
a
I'm on podcast,
pinky.
baby. I'll call you back.
I'm talking about. I don't want to hear nothing about no injuries. You can't show up now. Right now, he got a strained stomach. We'll
Yes.
take that, but he better be at every game from this point on. I don't want to hear not now excuse why he cannot show up and perform.
Now you know
Y'all
it's that
want
time of the
y'all
season.
want my response on this one. Y'all
Yeah,
want my response.
yeah. Are does this make the Mavs a championship contending team?
I think so.
Riley?
That's my answer.
That's your answer. Okay.
Nothing.
Listen, because no answer is an answer. Okay. So that
So,
now
Coach T, what I'm saying is this: what changed? I mean, AD. If a leopard, if a tiger go from Africa to Venezuela, he's
Stripes
still gonna
still
be
the
a
same.
tiger or a leopard. He's still AD. He's gonna be soft. He's gonna get hurt. Now
Ugh,
he's
please
gonna
don't
be
tell
a
me
lot
that.
freer now because he's not playing with LeBron anymore. But when you injury prone, hurt, so he's not gonna take it as serious when you play with the best player now in the world. When LeBron one of the best now. So when you playing with him, you got to come with your best shot. So now, shoot, he chilling now. I mean, who gonna say something to him?
I bet not hear about a pinky toe, an elbow scratch,
Man,
a bruise. I don't want to hear about now none of that. AD better be at every game.
Cole Mack, you better
Healthy,
change team. You better
healthy.
change state.
Listen now, y'all know Sunday I was already on the verge of switching over to the Lakers just because. So don't tempt me now. I'm trying to stay
come
loyal.
on, come
Okay.
on. Listen, we welcome all new guests. We welcome all new fans. We'll take any Angel. If you ready to jump ship, you just let me know.
I'm trying to stay loyal over here.
I have a welcoming gift for both of you.
What that song say about them? What ain't loyal?
Hey, I'll be there. We get our money though. We getting our money.
Listen,
I
Uh-oh.
didn't say. I didn't. I don't know what Coach T thinking about. I just said what the song.
Uh-oh. We got a
We get
special
money.
pop in.
listen. First of all, if I jump ship, it's not to the Lakers. That's for sure. Not with LeBron, LeBroke, Ronnie LeBroke Jr. None of them. That ain't happening. So I will gladly go over to the Mavs. Matter of fact, I go up northeast to the Boston Celtics before I
Ooh.
even think about going west.
Ooh,
Gotcha. That's
Ooh.
good.
Ooh. Okay. To
that's some tough talk
Boston.
there.
Now that's some tough talk coming from a 76er. That's you going to the rival, the close rival, the competition. Now, okay, with all of this happening, right? And I know we mentioned Joel Embiid. Okay, Joel Embiid has played a total of 447 games and has sat 400 games. Okay, during the time that he was sitting, do you know that Joel Embiid made $126 million during the time that he was not playing? And I know we talked about this last week, but I want to circle back around to it. Guaranteed contracts. Do we think that this is something the league should continue offering 100% guaranteed contracts despite rain, sleet, or shine? If you can show up, you can't show up, you lose weight, you can't lose weight, you get your money regardless. Do you think this is impacting the quality of the league? And do you think that if this rule were to be changed, we'd see a different level of competitive play come back?
Oh yeah. First
Well,
off, I want to know how can I become an unemployed employee like Joel? Because I'm I'm trying to do the same. Just show up and get paid, but not work. Please tell me the formula to that. But if
Man,
there were some changes, oh yeah, it would be some serious. That'll be some serious noise there because you already got players that feel like ownership is not loyal,
Hmm.
which I can understand. But at the same time, look at the players and look at what they're doing and how they're not performing. So it's not it's not equal. It's not a two-way street. So that'll be kind of tough for that to happen because that definitely would affect those that are actually showing up to work.
Mm.
well, my 2 cents is I think Joel Embiid and a lot more people in the league, they are really they are modern day pimps. I really think they're modern day pimps. They pimping the league. That's all they doing. Think about it. They pimping the
Show me how
league.
I can do it though. That's all I want to know.
They
How can
eh,
I do that?
but Coach T, to answer your question seriously, Michael Jordan said it back in I guess he may have been still playing. You get paid now before you even touch the floor. You get guaranteed deals now. You know,
Hmm.
before you, and I don't think it'll ever change because you're not another owner is not going to take a chance of not getting his kid based on the potential, not necessarily what he or she can do, but just based on potential. And because they're gonna look good, their body gonna look good, their skill set gonna look good, but then you can't last the whole game because you're drinking beers and you eating ribs and uh hanging out and things like that. It's not a dedication to the sport anymore. That's why it's so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a message from behind the glass. Embiid took a chapter from Andrew Bynum's book, Chapter One: Go Bowling While Injured and Collecting a Paycheck. And let
Yes,
me say this, they caught Joel Embiid on video at practice doing flips and handstands while he's supposed to be injured and not playing uh in either game. It was they were playing the Kings and the Lakers and he was not on the roster for either game. But he's at practice doing handstands and flips. Now, does that sound like somebody that's injured to you? Maybe I'm being biased, but I can't imagine having an injury doing a handstand and cartwheels at practice.
you know what I'm gonna do, Coach T? I really want to see the numbers on the people that, and I have to get inside some teams to see how many people on your team committed to the sport now. I'm talking about
Mm.
truly committed. I bet you have less than 30% of the
Oh yeah.
of, of the people that's committed to the game the right way. And you can see it because the competitiveness is not there. And this All Star game that's
Hmm.
finna happen. I
Ugh.
promise you, I'm disconnecting cable, YouTube, and everything. I don't want to see anything else. That's the
Prime and
truth.
all.
Yeah.
Prime and all.
Shut it all down.
I'm shutting it
Okay.
down. I don't want to
Okay.
see the commentating about the All Star game.
Mm.
That's fair. Now, I mean, you weren't here, Coach Riley, but it was so bad last year. Me and Coach Mack talked about how I would have been disputing my tickets on my way out the stadium. Like, this is fraud on my account. I paid for an
That's
all-star
right.
game. This was not an all-star game. Services were not rendered. So, I mean, I did see they offered Caitlin Clark to come shoot against Sabrina, shoot with Sabrina against Steph and who am I missing? Steph and Clay, I think it was.
Hmm.
Mhm.
And she's
Hmm.
denied it. And I just feel like don't try and use the women's hype and all of the pub and the press
Coach T,
to
Coach T, Coach T, don't do that. Don't do
listen,
that, Coach T.
listen,
I'm gonna bring anger back. Don't do that.
don't ride on the coattail of Caitlin Clark.
Coach T, don't let that
For,
come out of your mouth. Don't
it's
spew that.
it's
Do
coming.
not do that.
I'm going there. I'm going there, Coach Riley.
Coach T, we don't need you all.
I'm taking
We
a
just got some bad basketball.
I'm taking a train, the bullet train straight to it. Because why? Don't use
We don't
Caitlin
need
Clark.
Caitlin Clark.
Oh, they listen, the NBA need Caitlin, Angel, they need Asia.
It's amazing how they said the women All Star game was much better than the men. I'm just
Mm,
saying.
Hey, look,
mm.
look, look. I'm not gonna get into a male versus female, but all I'm gonna say is this: look at the numbers.
They were low.
I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. How much y'all getting paid? $100,000 a player?
And why is that though?
Right.
Y'all not that good. That's
Oh,
why.
here he go, Coach Mac. Here he go. Here he go. Let's not get him started, Coach Riley. You might not have too many fans on the show after you start talking like that.
Mm.
You start
No,
talking.
no, I'm saying y'all are good, but y'all not good like the men. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm,
No, we don't know what you're saying.
mm-mm. We don't.
Elaborate on that, please.
I tell you what, this is what we're gonna do. Let's change the subject, Coach. Change the subject.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's okay. Deja said, "Who ain't that good?"
Mm. We
and
waiting
we
in the
it's
chat.
listen. The people want to know, but for Coach Riley's sake, I'm gonna go ahead and jump subjects and go ahead and talk about Trey Young not being picked as an all-star. I did see your comment about who got snubbed for the all-stars. I mean, Trey Young, 4 out of 7 seasons for him.
Yep.
He has been averaging 20 points per game with 10 plus assists per game and has yet to be picked in the last 4 seasons to be an all-star. Do we think that Trey Young is getting snubbed, or is he just there's just other players who want to be seen in the All-Star game?
We'll add one more to that. Kyrie is another one
Kyrie
that
is
I feel
another one.
like that's being snubbed. So yeah.
Well, well. You want my opinion? Yeah.
Yes.
So, who place would he take?
Trying to remember who he is playing. That's worthy of looking at.
Yeah. Ben said, "Thank you, Coach T. I know they doing my light skin bro wrong."
You got all right. Look on the West, you got Steph, Durant, the kid from what's the Thunder,
Oh, yep.
Oh, sh-
LeBron and Jokic. The reserves are Anthony Edwards, Anthony Davis, James Harden, Jaren Jackson Jr., Alfred Singham, Jalen Williams, Victor Wembanyama. All right, so that's the West. So the East, Giannis, Jalen Brunson, Donovan Mitchell. Who are you gonna play in front of? Jason Tatum, Carl Anthony Towns, the reserves, Jalen Brown, Pascal from the Pacers, Garland from the Cavaliers, Cade Cunningham, Evan Mobley. He could take Damian Lillard's spot, and Tyler Hero.
He could take Tyler Hero's spot.
Tyler Hero be balling now, and he's a shooting guard. He's not a point guard.
I agree. I agree. But Trey Young can move to the 2.
He too little.
if
He
if
too
he
little.
got that chopper on him, Coach Riley, it's a lot of things he could do as long as he got the chopper with
That
the clip loaded.
that chopper with the clip, when you going against somebody that got 2 choppers and 3 choppers with that long reach, blocking all that.
It does no good, huh?
That's right.
Well, I do think that they have great lineups, East and West. I actually really like the lineups overall on East and West, but Kyrie not getting picked, come on.
Kyrie had some political stuff going on, so the fans probably was kind of mad at him because that thing he had going on with COVID and all that kind of
No, he was
stuff.
4th. He got ranked 4th on the voting list for the fans.
But Kyrie's the best guard in the league. He should have been first.
And
yep.
that is very true. That is very
So
true. He
that's what
should
I'm
have been
saying.
first. He should have
Yep.
been first.
So some people are still in their feelings about Kyrie because I mean Kyrie is and then he gonna compete. He's not gonna be out
Hmm.
there playing merry-go-round and red light, green light. tag you in. He coming at your neck every time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, that is that's a good point. But speaking of coming at next, somebody might be coming in handcuffs as Terry Rozier being investigated federally now for a gambling scheme similar to Jonte Porter, which they think have some kind of connection with the betters, being caught up possibly on a game for purposefully, throwing, he had an ankle injury. He had an ankle injury, couldn't go out the game, and coincidentally on this day there was a large lump sum of money bet on him to do just what he did. So what I want to know, and I just want to get you guys' thoughts, because right now Jonte Porter is facing 3 to 5 years in prison. And for those of you who aren't aware of what's going on, betting has become a big issue in the NBA. Jonte Porter, the younger brother of Michael Porter Jr., was caught up in a gambling scheme where he was purposely throwing the game. And I guess you couldn't say throwing the game, but throwing bad shots and trying to bet on the unders of himself. And during halftime, this is where I'm just am a message for the Young Bucks. Okay, during halftime, they found text messages where he sent messages to the betters saying, probably won't go back in the second half. If I do, if I get garbage minutes, I'll just throw up a thousand garbage shots. And I just am like, has anybody not watched The Wire? Do you not know why they were using a payphone for a reason?
hey
You're
look,
sending a text message from an iPhone?
hey look, uh this the crazy thing right here. Coach T, I don't know how much you got in depth you went with this, but it involved Terry Rozier and this other young man. It involved three college teams as well, and one of which is my alma mater, Mississippi
Mm,
Valley. So,
Hmm.
yeah, it was Mississippi
I
Valley,
was
North
surprised
Carolina,
by Valley was included with that too.
mm,
yeah, North Carolina A&T and Eastern Michigan, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Eastern Michigan. So what
Hmm.
happens? You know, the FBI is really on it, and Terry Rozier, this is second or third time getting caught doing this. Maybe this is second time getting caught. Uh, I just don't understand. I mean, I don't know. How much money do you really need? I
that,
mean,
I mean, to send a text message as if it's not traceable. And what do you think? You just because you deleted the message out of your phone, that it's gone? No, it's
and
in the cloud. Everything is in the cloud. Everything.
that's the same mindset Luca had. I'm trying to get Coach Mack to see
No.
certain things. It's just so obvious. I mean, what are you doing?
You
So,
y'all gonna see when he give the Mavs 100. We gonna see because he ain't gonna lose.
well,
How many
I
pounds
didn't
they were
want to
trying to
get
get him
you.
to
I didn't
lose?
want to get you
How
going
many
again. I'm
pounds
just saying.
they were trying to get him to lose in 11 days?
Now
Yeah,
Luca
we ain't
is
got 11 days to lose that.
is he 6'8", Coach Mack, or 6'9"?
No, he's not 6'8".
Who, Luca?
He's actually.
Who,
Yeah,
Coach T?
Mm-mm.
Luca.
He's 6'6", 6'7".
Yeah,
Now,
I think he's
when he
6'7".
sheds some pounds, he's gonna be 6'7.5". But now, since he's going wider, he's shrinking from a vertical standpoint. He's about 6'6" now.
Now, realistically, him being 6'7", and he's not a skinny 6'7", and not saying even if he did lose the weight, he's still has broad shoulders. He's filled out. I would say they say he's 270. We'll see. Luca at 255 might be a totally different player.
Luca need to be 235.
Whew, whew.
He'll be
That's
a
a
He's
he'll
six
be a
six
beast.
though.
He's 6'6". So okay, if you
It
go
ain't gonna matter. He's still gonna get a Mavs 100 at 265.
Hey,
listen, at 285, Coach Mac, let's be honest. He'll still give
Niche, if Luca gives the Lakers 100 or a 99 or less, you have to wear a Lakers jersey. I'm gonna send it to you, okay?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's only
Okay.
I think it's only you and Angel that hate the Lakers so much.
Well, I love you know who my number one pick is? My number one man is hooping. Baby Braun.
Man, is it time for this show to end? Because
Right. He
he
about to
delusional
start
right now.
clowning, Coach Mac. He about to start clowning. That's what's going on
Man,
here.
turn this off. I'm about
Don't
baby
hate.
Brian. Okay.
Now he did, I did see his little game against the Pistons. Okay. That was
Don't hate. Don't hate. Don't
I
hate.
was I don't think he was ready for that. I don't think just because he had a great G League game, I just don't I don't think he was ready for that. But um really quick, as I know we have about 10 minutes left. Oh, we have one last text. Brandon C said Charles Barkley was 6'6", 300 when he came to the league.
Ooh.
Yeah,
And
Charles.
they put him with Moses Malone, and Moses Malone told him, if you don't get in shape, you will not last long in this league. And he got in shape because he was lazy.
Yeah.
And he never won a championship. That's why Shaq give him so much grief now.
So much.
Every conversation when they start having a debate, it always comes down to, and how many rings do you have with
Yes,
Shaq?
sir.
That is hilarious. But no, I wanted to I know Coach Riley, you asked to change the subject, but I'm just gonna bring it up real quick when you said don't bring the women into helping what the men need. But what I will say is Adam Silver is looking for something to help viewership with the league. And now they're floating around the idea of 10-minute quarters. I wanted to see what you guys thought about that.
That's gonna be an adjustment. I mean, I go to sleep on most of the games, especially on the West. I'm probably asleep anyway before the game is over with. It really don't matter to me.
That's not the
Agreed.
answer.
I
The
just mean for
answer
the
is
quality, it does not matter. That's the answer. I'm just more
no,
concerned
no,
about the
no.
quality, not the quantity.
You good, Coach Mac. But what I'm saying is the answer is stop trying to the dudes are not playing competitive. Let them make them take it serious. You got to
Hmm.
find guys when you supposed to be hurt, you turning cartwheels when you're not in shape. I'm taking when you hit that pocket, I promise you they'll straighten up. I promise. They'll straighten up. That's all you gotta do.
Right. That's what I said. I'm more
Shortening
concerned about
games and
the
bringing the
quality.
women over and all this stuff.
You
Hit
gotta
that.
I was just about to say you gotta hit the pockets. That's what you
Yes,
gotta
that's
hit the
it.
pockets. And that's where and Kevin Garnett did recently made comments about how guys like Jimmy Butler are messing it up for other guys who, for everyone else, and he will be the one of the reasons why they do away with guaranteed contracts.
Hey, watch
And
this, Coach T. Coach T, what about this? Imagine for 1 second
yep.
if David Stern was the commissioner.
Hmm.
Will we have this foolishness going on?
Nope.
He didn't play any games.
He didn't
Nope.
play any game. Adam Silver is a marshmallow. I'm gonna keep it nice.
Yeah. Keep it nice. Keep it cute. Keep it cute for talking hoops.
Somebody
Now,
likes marshmallows.
now, really quick, because I know we have 7 minutes left, and there's been so much happening in the WNBA. My gosh, we have to talk about this because I feel, and Coach Mack, tell me your thoughts on this, and Coach Riley, also feel free to chime in. But Coach Mack, I know you'll have some thoughts behind this because we've talked about this before, but the implications of what it means to have more interest in women's sports now, WNBA. Now they start having more money, they're getting deals, they're getting, more investors. And now we're seeing a lot of trades happening, a lot of people leaving, things that we don't normally see in the
Hmm.
WNBA during the postseason. And I wanted to get your take on, do you feel like this is because of the money and the new investors and the new teams that are coming in that this is the WNBA is now being heavily influenced by NBA cultures because of money.
I do think so. And just thinking about the trades that are happening, it looks like the rosters are going to be a lot more balanced and a lot more competitive. So I'm really looking forward to seeing a lot of these teams play. Now, the Aces, that's the team that's in question for me. Obviously, they no longer have Kelsey Plum, and some other key players or players that have left the team also. But then you have other players that's leaving Connecticut, which was one of your top ranked teams. So I do think there is a huge influence on it, but I think it's a great influence. I think it's going to be for the better now that we see some of these teams that are going to be a lot more competitive. I think there's probably going to be more money to be invested because of that. But it's going to be interesting to see what this season is going to be like.
Okay, I agree with you, Riley.
Well, contrary to popular belief from these two women on this show, I really like the women's sports. As a matter of fact, I watch women probably more because they take their time and execute a lot of stuff. But I'm gonna tell you what I would do if I was the commissioner, and I'm gonna say it on February the 5th. And if anybody else said I'm gonna get paid for it. I would shorten the shot clock. Number one.
Hmm.
Number two, I will go to a different style of play versus this inside out. Like when Steph changed the whole concept of basketball with the three, let's play outside in. Change the concept, shorten the clock, get more skilled players versus all those big old girls like a Asia Wilson. Asia Wilson, if you're gonna play post, uh, let her be like Asia. I don't need no back to the basket post players anymore. That all that stuff is gone. Let's change the scope and landscape of how women basketball play. That's what I would do. Shorten that shot clock. Get some coaches that that's legendary that can market and sell some tickets. Yeah, that's what I would do.
Thinking what you saying that reminds me of like the Paul Westhead system and the
Yes,
success that he had with that. Is
yes,
that okay? My last
yeah.
2 years of college, I had a coach come in who played at Oregon in that system, and when she implemented that system for us, it was a huge change. But the goal was to get up 100 shots, get up 100 shots, and we trying to score within the first 10 to 11 seconds of the shot clock.
You loved that, didn't you?
Well, I love playing fast. I'm a get up and down the floor kind of player. That's me. Half court is not my go-to, So for me as a player, it definitely fit in, but for some of my teammates, it was quite the adjustment. And I feel like we didn't win as many games as we could have that first year because it was such an adjustment for majority of the team. Now, I just don't know if that is the how long a shift like that would take to be successful because it'd be a lot of ugly basketball to start with.
Oh,
Hmm.
what you have to do, Coach T, is you have to start it off in grassroots basketball. You have to build that climate and culture. You have to build that, and then and you have to think about in the college basketball now. The young lady from North Carolina State, the guard, the girl from Notre Dame. So those are the kind. You can't tell me you can't find enough players, and all you need is two on each team or three and then get a bunch of role players that can run, jump, rebound, shoot a three. If you're big, if you can't run, jump, and rebound, you have to be able to shoot the three and dribble. If you can't do that, we're sorry. Go to Poland, go to Russia, go to Ukraine. Sorry about Ukraine, but
What
go
what do you what
somewhere.
do you what do you think? I'm tickling myself saying this. What do you think about Angel Reese playing that style?
Angel Reese can't shoot.
And
She's
what else?
she can't do a lot. Angel Reese. Uh,
Ooh.
whoever her development coach was, I need to see him or her. Angel Reese has the game of a back to the basket player. She
Hmm.
tried to she tried to catch on later on in her career, but it was too late. Her shot
She
is too
cannot face
slow.
up.
Her shot is too low. She can't dribble. She can go left hard, but she gonna go up there and miss it and get the offensive rebound, and that's what she does. Kind of like Nisha used to do. I'm teasing.
No, sir. Nowhere near.
Coach Mack
Like,
said you got her mixed up.
okay, that's why I can't stand to watch it. Like, just please get a ball up.
the,
Just
the
go
Yeah.
rebound.
the footwork is depressing, and
Yes.
especially when you don't feel like you've seen it much improvement. Watch it Unrivaled. When I've seen Unrivaled, I'm like, Lord, girl, what have you been doing in the off
Nothing.
season?
Still looking like she did at LSU.
Who have you been working with? Like Coach Riley said, where is the development coach? Where are they at? But just want to run off a few things, as I know we are hitting 8 o'clock into a little bonus time. Few things I'll run off. You guys, please feel free to chime in. Portland is getting a new team in 2026 for the WNBA.
Whoop, whoop.
Yes. And Candace Parker, along with some other major celebrity investors, have bid a WNBA team for Tennessee in honor
Whoop,
of
whoop.
Pat Summit. So they will be called the Tennessee Summit to honor Pat's legacy in Tennessee, and hopefully with Candace Parker leading that charge. So that'll be
Nice.
exciting to see if they win the bid. Now, we'll have to probably circle back to some of these things next week, but Courtney Vandersloot, who was on the championship team, uh, gave the Liberty their first championship ever, with them being the oldest WNBA team. And in her bio, she has Chicago Sky, despite there being any official announcements about her not being on the team. So I thought that that was interesting, and we'll see. Brittany Griner is going to Atlanta Dream after 11 seasons,
She
which
need to go and retire too, but that's
she,
okay.
we'll come back to that. Asia Wilson gets her jersey retired in South Carolina as she hard launches with her boyfriend Bam from
With
the
her
Miami
man.
Heat.
With her man. And he got all the shine. Why Don trying to hate? I don't know why he was here. Don, don't play game.
Well, no, that was in reference to another comment that Don had did when she put out Asia's business about a boyfriend. So that's what that was in reference to.
Yeah.
Not geared towards Bam. She was trying to pretend like she didn't know because
Yes.
she
Hey,
exposed
Coach T.
Asia other boyfriend.
Oh, so y'all trying to be players. That's how y'all do it, Coach
No,
T?
no, no, no. When Asia was in college, Don had put Asia's business out there talking about her boyfriend. So now Don trying to pretend like she don't know what's going on. So that's
Oh, I
all that
got
was in
you.
reference to. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Well,
what that
look,
was in reference to.
Ben commented and said, well, y'all support Asia Wilson new shoes.
Yeah, those are nice. I like her
For
new
sure.
shoes.
Yeah, and they're pink too, which is my favorite. So,
I've never
Nice.
seen a post player shoe sale.
mm,
These might. She is Asian. She's done a lot of stuff that no one has done.
I've
these
never
might
seen a post player shoe sale.
Get you
now
some Shacks.
get you right, because I in first grade I had a pair of Shacks.
Get you some Shacks.
Hey,
He's
Coach
still
T,
selling them.
Coach T, don't ever tell anybody that again that you had some shacks.
I straight had
No,
some Shacks, okay?
don't
And
do that.
I was proud of it. Shaq was the reason why I started playing
We would not let
basketball.
you do that. No.
Shaq is the reason why I started playing basketball. So, yes, don't be ashamed if you had some Shaqs out there, okay? Because first and second grade, you couldn't tell me anything about my all black Shaqs,
And
okay?
they still selling.
And they're still selling, okay, Coach Mac. That's what. Don't put no shame in it. I mean, look how they did
Woo.
the Champion brand. Champion used to be treated like Shaqs,
That
and
is true.
now they want $50 for a T-shirt.
Yes, I'm still trying to get over that.
Deja said, "Yes, I will be looking to buy or get a pair for the next," and that is in reference to Asia
Asian.
Wilson's shoe. And don't forget the Tim Duncans. I didn't even know Tim Duncan had a shoe, so I will leave it at that. I will leave it at that. And
Hey, we might well, talking sports got gonna have. I mean, talking hoops got their shoes coming out in a month.
We ready.
yeah,
We're gonna have Angel's face on it.
yeah. We are ready. But any closing comments from either of you before we wrap it up for the night?
Luca gonna get a Mavs 100.
Okay, prediction. I like a good prediction, Coach Mac. Coach Riley.
For the rest of the month of February, I'm watching nothing but female basketball.
Okay. So we can have some more touch points coming up because lots of college activities going on as well. But the NBA, WNBA has just been too hectic for us to not talk about.
Woof.
So um that listen, my prediction, I predict that LeBron has Luka on a workout plan right now, and that Luka will come back for revenge. He
Hey,
he
hey, look, Coach
They
T.
don't poke the bear.
they
Hey,
poked the
Coach.
bear.
Poke the
Hey,
bear.
Coach
This
T.
might be just what he needed. Yes.
Hey, look, and Deja down here coming, Big D's. I think did she play at Fort Valley State or Fayetteville State?
Yeah,
One
oh,
of those.
you know Deja.
Yeah, I know Deja. She the one. She the one. That other post player gave her 32 and 12.
Oh, wow.
Girl, peas and
Don't don't do Deja. She's a champion at Fayetteville State and in the Hall of Fame at Fayetteville State.
I'm teasing Deja. I
Deja,
don't know
Deja
you.
gonna put a phone call through.
I was just teasing. We know you're a baller, Deja. We know you're a baller.
Respect the name. And on that note, we will wrap it up for tonight. Thank you, everybody who tuned in to Talking Hoops. Great turnout. Lots more left to talk about. We will be back next week. 32 and 12 is crazy. You know, Coach Riley just can't help but to clown, but we at least need one for the show. So again, thank you all. You can
Hey,
catch us
I
here.
tell you what, before we leave, since we clowning, I'm challenging you all to a one-on-one game or a two-on-two. Angel and I gonna play you all, and we're gonna go live with it. Uh, it's gonna be me and Angel versus you and Coach Matt, two on
Okay.
Oh,
two.
okay. Oh,
That
okay.
that's no problem. Angel already told me how he hoop, so I'm not even worried about it.
And I'm gonna be
I see
laughing
that
just
show,
like this.
Angel.
I'm gonna
I
be
see the
laughing
show.
just like this during the game, the whole game.
Yeah.
Just tickled. Bring it on. Let's go. I don't care if I'm in the same shape as Luca. We still getting buckets. That's my
Deja
comment for the
said
end of the show.
Deja said Coach Riley's still trying to get saved by the bell. And we gonna let him out on that note. We gonna let him out. Mr. Johnson said good luck, and you guys gonna need all of it. And thank you all again for tuning in to Talking Hoops. I know we just keep going. We just keep going. But that's how fun this crew is. And we appreciate you all for tuning in. And we'll see you all next week.